It's exactly 6 a.m. Minute and minute. So the woman came. Oh, it's cool. I need to dress up and continue my journey. By the way, I slept excellent down here. And while I slowly will pack all my stuff, the breakfast will be cooked. I've already started to use my thermal underwear because it's cool.
¿Hay otro como esta? ¿Hay? ¿Tiene?
No.
No, ajá.
So we'll eat from the same cup.
Esa es agüita.
¿Qué?
Agüita.
Sí. Agua y esta.
It's very beautiful down here. The altitude is 4,300 meters above sea level. There's an entrance arc, and that grey building is a box office. 2.5 in sols. It's a little less than $1, somewhere near 70 or 80 cents. That's the cost of an entrance. And I'm going over there. For this money you can ultimately stay in a hot pool. The temperature is nearly 30 degrees. Or to go to a private room. Like I showed earlier, it's under 40 degrees. After I took the best procedures, I generally thought to place a tent right behind that fence. There's a lot of space there. But then I suddenly thought that maybe it will be raining, so I decided to look for a roof. And here I have the first one, the roof. But it's quite strange, so I left the bike right there near the red urn and went down the road with a hand lamp. This hotel doesn't work now. The triangular pyramid is a restaurant which also doesn't work, cause now it's not a tourist season. Still, all those places around are filled with the flower beds. I went down and was looking for a place near those yellow visors. I found a couple of places over there, near those yellow things, with a visor or a roof, and was already going back to my bike past this house, where I actually live now, when a woman came out. She came out and stared at me. You know, sometimes you feel it somehow, non-verbally, by body position. I don't even know by the facial expression, although I didn't see her face. So you feel those message that she looks at me quite suspiciously, with a mistrust. So I approached her, just in case. Then we chatted a little bit. I explained everything. Went back, took a bike and returned with it right to that place. Was standing over there, and exactly as it is now, she walked in, but only with a flashlight, and called me back. Look, and here they have such a beautiful football field. And there are some other sports grounds below.
Esta fue tienda.
I asked whether it was a store. She said yes.
Ajá. Pero ahora no trabajé. No trabaja.
Hoy día no. Saliendo del trabajo vengo acá.
She says that it worked yesterday, but I just arrived too late.
Gracias. Ciao.
I have already put on my thermal underwear, and it became warmer immediately. Let's check out the temperature. Oh, it's exactly 7 o'clock in the morning. 4,226 meters. And 6 degrees. Beautiful. It's getting warmer. And it was definitely colder yesterday in the evening. If you like to fly a drone, then you'll have to charge it. So, I already discharged 3 batteries while flying. So now I'm sitting and charging. It's already 9 a.m. 7 degrees. It's not going to warm fast. Well, it's so fresh on the streets that I put on my fleece sweater underneath. So the fleece sweater is down there, and a windbreaker with a hood on top. Can't find my hood. It drizzles, so I will ride like that, because it's cold. It's already 9:30 or 9:40. Still rains. Can't you stop? It's plus 9 degrees. Today I will arrive in a big city, just the third day with only 2 nights in the tent. Such a temptation. But I need at least an internet club, so I could upload a couple more files. And then I'll probably move on, cause it's just too early to make a rest today. Just left, the temperature is already 8.8 degrees. And why am I so happy? Because for some reason my wheel is already flat, right away. I found some thorn somewhere. Do I want to glue? I wanna say no. But do I have any choice? We'll glue it up. Completely flat, deflated instantly. Just look, such a piece of glass I found. Oops. And even Schwalbe Marathon, the tires with a 7th grade or 7th level of protection, of course can't cope with such a thing. The first puncture? Not good. And today is only the 18th day of my journey. Not kind of a start I imagined. I decided to leave a bike here on the roadside and take a walk to those pillars. And yesterday in the evening I was riding and thinking about placing a tent right here, cause it's so flat and beautiful, but it only seems so far from a distance. There's certainly a lot of bumps and stones when you come closer. You can see them here and there. Where did such oil stains come from? Is it an oil field or what? Oh, this is a climber's place. And there's the paved road. The Peruvians find llamas more beautiful than alpacas, but for some reason I think it's the other way around. And there's a couple more of them. So the llamas look larger. Hey, wait! The locals say if the black llama crosses the road, you will be lucky. Here she crossed, so thank you, Black Llama. Oh, now you wanna run. Let's see how fast you are. Well, she didn't accelerate too much, but it's still visible. Grace is not about them. Apparently the shepherds were women here. But where do they get firewood here? That's the question. Ah, they brought some boards here. Sometimes the nature helps you to notice or reflect some things. I'm going and here there is a variety of different herbs. As a matter of fact, my favorite grass, well, not favorite, but I like it very much. Now I'll show you. It's very tough, and so I'm pushing it right now. But nothing happens. And so I'm going and staring at the herbs that grow here. The tall ones, the others, like artificial, here's so many of them. Well, and what's interesting, each grass occupies its own territory. It looks like colonial settlements. Here you have only such flowers. Nearby there is some other sort. And here the third one tries to grow up. And over there you can see the difference even by a color of each section. It looks like if someone would be a very, very big giant, an alien, and would fly to the Earth, then the humanity would look to him just like that. The people, as much as different types of herbs, greens and plants, settle in different places and occupy their own territories. And the main difference between the nationalities are also defined by the natural conditions. Such as here, somewhere it's more windy, wet, dry, southy, easty, slopey, and therefore this or that grass or tree, also depending on an altitude, grow in different locations. And the people behave in the same way. And now I have an emergency report. For some reason, llamas decided to come to me and hash things out. Come and get me, guys. What do you want from me? Just like it was in Panama, except these ones came normally and in a broad daylight, and those used the sneak attack. But the beautiful thoughts won't feed you, so we need to paddle it to the city and have a lunch there. Here's my beauty, waits for me. The altitude is more than 2,200, but we can still see the results of people's activity. And of course it's traced to the nature. Well as a trace of all other living creatures. Llamas also stomp, eat, grab and do other stuff. They do it differently, in their way, and here is ours. I overthink something and decided not to step on the same rake once again. There will be some off-road before that city, so I decided to make a stop and dine here. Chicharron, that means very well fried. The alpaca, well fried alpaca's meat. Trucha frita, that is fried trout, and lomo de pollo, that's chicken. So for sure I said please bring me an alpaca, because I already saw them here and someone eats them, why it shouldn't be me? So now it's my turn. Literally it costs $2.05. Slightly more expensive than in ordinary places, but you have no other choice here. In the mountains. So everything gets more and more expensive, and as a rule they always have a soup and a second meal in the menu. Simple soup, probably with the chicken. Yeah, there it is. I already showed a drink, Inca Cola. It's yellow. Here they enjoyed it so much. This bottle costs... oh, there's no price written. So such bottle of 625 grams will cost somewhere near $1.5 here. Such a drink, very expensive. Generally they have lower prices in the neighbor countries. And you also need to pay an extra $0.50 for the bottle itself. But it can be returned. There should be an inscription somewhere here. So you can return it and take some of your money back. There you have that inscription on Coca-Cola. Retornable. That means you can give the bottle back.
Esto carne de alpaca.
Here is such a modest kitchenette. I want to notice something. Here the prices are high, but they put very little rice, as well as the salad, and generally the portions is not too big, and there is only one potato, which is also quite battered. Very, very similar to beef. Really, it's much more tasty than a guinea pig. I finally exactly tasted why the alpacas are so similar to the sheep. They are very much alike externally, the same curly hair, and it was also the typical lamb meat smack, but maybe a little bit poorly cooked, because it was very tough and dry. The lamb is still a little bit juicier than this. And this is the entire village, as you can see. Here is one side, and there is the other. I will move to the off-road in 1.5 kilometers. But I'm already full and I still have one pack of biscuits beside the oatmeal. The wind is unpleasant. It's hot in the windbreaker, but it's cold without it because of wind. But I still ride and enjoy the beauties around. And now I need to move over these mountains. And there's also a lagoon or a lake from the other side. Well, I hope it will look prettier than the one I saw yesterday. Not even should, because it wasn't pretty at all.
Buenos días. ¿Ha Junín esta ruta bien? Sí?
Well, he says it's also possible to go through another road that is going up to the left. And you can also go to the right. There's an uphill from the both sides. But the right one is closer, so right means right. That's good that I decided to go through a bridge. I looked at the map with another shorter pass, but I saw a river and can't actually decide whether I want to wade it or not. So I decided not to wade, cause it's cold and I don't wanna wet. And here I see that it would be a waist high, or maybe even a chest deep in the water. Even more, look at how deep it is. How can it be? Where did it come from? Here are all the peaks, we see them. From where such a large flow of water comes. Oh, and there is another inflow from the right. I realized that it gathered from many small creeks. In this journey I've already made a mistake several times by choosing a short road. Yes, because it was a hard road, but an interesting one. And this time I paved myself a short road once again. Not through an asphalt, but through all this. I know it will be harder than it could be, because the asphalt road almost has no slopes, in contrast with this one. But it will be quite interesting. Well, and once again, surprisingly, here I go along this road, cross the bridge over there, here we have a few huts, and I specifically turn to this side. Mountains, river, nothing else here, a few more huts there, and another mountain.
Buenas, amigos.
This is a school for 3 students.
¿Puede filmar en casa? Buenas. ¿Qué tal? Perfecto. Hola, amigas.
Turista, saque el globo terráqueo.
¿Puede entrar?
Pase.
Wow, I can't believe this is a school for 3 students.
Bien, ¿dónde es Perú? ¿Dónde es Perú? ¿Dónde está?
Perú está acá.
Sí, Perú. Y con avión de aquí y aquí Europa. Y Ucrania está. Ucrania.
Ah, de acá es usted.
Sí, y esto mi ciudad, Odessa.
Wow, look, it is correctly written with one S letter, as it should be in Ukrainian.
Kiev, sí, esto capital de mi país, Kiev, y esto mi ciudad, sí. Y yo viajo en bici de Alaska, de aquí.
De acá, todo
Da,
Canadá.
Canadá, Estados Unidos, México, Cuba, Belice, Guatemala, Salvador, Honduras, Nicaragua, Costa Rica, Panamá, Colombia, Ecuador, Perú.
Ahora, ¿dónde llegar?
Sur, Bolivia, Chile, Argentina. Y fin del mundo.
There's even a skeleton, sharpeners, pencils, erasers, globe, board. What a board, by the way, with markers. It's elementary school for the kids from 6 to 10 years. Another board, posters. Guys, we are doing something wrong. Seriously, we are doing something wrong. And I'm sure that they don't collect money for repairing school and for installing Windows. I'm crying. A basketball court with such a view. Look at that.
Esto gratis por hijas.
Estado. Gobierno da.
Gobierno.
The government pays for it. And the study itself is also free. And once again, the garbage sorting. And it doesn't bother them. Here it's written how to wash hands. Guys, and here are the toothbrushes. 3 of them. 1, 2, 3. Well, you can find this place, check Pi on your maps and look. No, I'm not crying, I'm rather happy for them. I'm glad that somewhere there is a completely different way of things, more human-like. I don't see the fireplaces or radiators, but it's not cold here. Look, they even have a computer, a printer. What is it? I came in without any restrictions. They are standing outside staring at my bike, and I am walking here alone. Absolute trust. In our schools I can't even visit my niece, because there are a lot of guards there. It's not clear why, just some sort of mania. And here you're welcome.
Gracias. Chao. Ah. Chao.
Look, there's a word in Spanish that sounds tranquillo. It means calm or relaxed. And here I feel it like nowhere else. Tranquillo. At our school, well, at my school, we studied and collected money for any reason. New windows, desks, repairings, paints, whatever. In institute, you should pay for the session, solve all the problems, but you're still supposed to be an honest guy. It's alright. And then, with such a mentality, when people gave their money for paint, understanding that they will be spent not for a paint, and it's normal. One comes to a power, gets a position, becomes an official and has the same old thoughts in his head. Why should I allocate money for schools if parents will gather some money for the paint anyway? And at the same time, here in Peru, people were studying, I even don't know how. Doesn't matter, they don't remember anything, they just live in their villages. Here the people who were in Lima, in the capital of Peru, are considered as very cool. Here they have a very small percentage of people who had visited the Lima at least once, their own capital. So here they studied, graduated, learned and finished something somehow, no matter how the life turns. And though this man came to power, a man who distributes the same school budget. Yes, and he's already had this mentality since his own childhood. He just can't think differently. He cannot not to allocate money for breakfast or skeletons, the boards. That's what I'm talking about. How can we change it all in one moment? Just ban and everything starts to go in a completely different way. I wonder, what do you think about all this? Please write it below. Oh, what a dispute. It will be in the comments. But it's still cool. Although I ask for respect, patience and perception to each other. Please write without any insults, cause if you didn't notice it, I try to delete all those comments if I see them. No matter whom you try to offend, me or another person. You often ask about how an oxygen starvation feels. I have no oxygen starvation. Of course I felt it at first, but now I'm at such an altitude for quite a long time. I dropped a couple of times to 2000 points, but then immediately went back, and nothing happened. I'm standing right between two charming valleys. The one is magical, and the other one with those rocky things. I really did like it today. And here is a new one. There you can see a lake, and now my road will go right along its coast, until we reach the city I'm aiming. The fauna of Peru. The short way, as usual, turned out to be longer by time. By mileage, of course, it's indisputably shorter, but longer in time. Oh, this is a toilet? And what is that? So how can I understand that it's hard to take your eyes off of the horizon and this lake. But I'm focused on my way of figuring out what is that. I imagined that this road would go right along the lake's bank, but no, those hills are spread all over the place, and there is a marshland near the lake, so no road is paved over there. Look at that beautiful hill right in the swamp. And again, I'm charmed by Peru. There's nobody here, nobody at all. Really, there was only a school down the road, and from here there's almost 25 kilometers left of the city. Through the dirt, the asphalt generally goes somewhere on the other side of the lake. There's a village with a school for only 3 children, and here you have a beautiful playground. Only 2 planks are broken, so I think it's not a bad result. They walk on top of the monkey bars, because the paint from above is erased. The swings, chains are in place, so well done, people. And the planks, broken. But well, at least they didn't throw them out. Not 100% barbarians. Well, honestly, in our country it would have already been stolen for domestic use. Look at that beauty. The main thing is not to fall. Is it boiling or what? The water is warm. This is a warm water. No, it doesn't stink of a hydrogen sulfide. Maybe that's why it bubbles. It's very, very unusual, simply to ride on, especially so high in the mountains, and to find such a thermal puddle. Most likely they wanted to do here a complex, the thermal springs, as you saw me visit it earlier, but the water probably... No, not here. The water probably isn't as hot, just warm. But sit in it for an hour and you'll sweat. That's for sure. Attention, shock. I'm showing slowly. The height 4,139 meters above sea level. This is the center of a small village. Central Square. This is what I generally love in these places. Central Park. Every and each one of them here is very beautiful. Now we'll go around it. The workers, birds and church.
Buenas tardes. ¿A cuánto la gente en esta puebla? Todo, solo esta puebla. 500? 500 habitantes. Ah, gracias.
So the population is 500 people. Well, it's already clear that they have some kind of meetings here. The whole village population will easily fit in. Ondores, that's the village name. There you can see the last word. Ondores, and this is the village's council. The inscription on the poster says... Where is it? Do not eat me, I wanna leave. Cool. I didn't know that they eat frogs here. Come here, badger. You don't look like a dog, you look like a badger. It's my fault. I should warn you to take the hankies, or even towels, to wipe away your tears. So many reasons to cry. Damn, who does that? Who does that? So let them dump everything together. Everything to the one box. But the younger generations will already have a thought in mind that it can be done differently.
Anniversario. Un momento, io...
Now we'll translate what kind of holidays they will have in a week. This will be a day of a village.
¿Cuántos años?
75.
75.
75 aniversario.
105.
Just 105 years.
Pero aquí bonito, esto Parco Centrale, bien.
Hermoso. Schumacher. Alguien Schumacher.
Chumar?
Ajá, Schumacher, bonito. En quechua.
Ah, lindo. Ah, en quechua. ¿Cómo en quechua? Chumach.
Ajá.
Esto lindo.
Lindo.
Sí, claro.
He says that here in the center of Peru there are only two languages. Quechua, it's an Indian language, and Chumak sounds like Ukrainian Chumak. And he says that in Selvas it means under the mountains, on the other side closer to Brazil. There's even more languages. I overpraised them, cause here someone has already crapped and left some garbage, but it will be removed. They are getting ready to the holiday. Well, and I just like how calmly you can walk all over the place. The higher in the mountains, the nicer people are. Down below they are already starting gringo, but here they are very nice. Well done. Now I'll ask all faint-hearted and ultra-sensitive people to move away from the screens, so that you don't get offended later if nevertheless you decide to stay and then judge me. Then this is a nature. What else did you want? I don't know whether the cow died here or she was just thrown in like that. It looks like they threw it. Yeah. Here a fresh hooked wire and the hooves. Well, it's clear that she died here somehow by itself and wasn't killed by people just to get meat, cause there you can see some parts of a fur. So, such a reality. Last time, well, first of all, I'll remind you that my current altitude is almost 4.2 thousand, and for the last time I saw a pink flamingos in African Namibia, but it was low. It was a sea level. And here we go. Well, had we saved the cow in Ondores? Yeah, we had. Easy, you'll be free in a second. Good boy. Wait a little and come closer. Don't be afraid, well done, cowie. Just hold on a second, you dope. Or you are a girl? Yeah, a girl. Hold on, easy, easy. How did you get in there? I know you feel bad. Oh, that's it. And where's the gracias? I'm very hungry, and the cow smelled so tasty, like milk. Will you eat this? Take it. Hey, just look in the camera to become a star. Finally, I did reach the city of Junin. 61 kilometers, everything is just falling off. Such a road. Although it was a short way, and yet alpaca's meat helped me a lot during the day. I was riding the whole day on that meal, and now I'm hungry, tired. We'll have dinner and get in a tent. I won't rent a hotel, despite I saw one somewhere here, $5, but it makes no sense. Again, I was looking for a place in a dock, but more or less found one. Here are the lights. This is a view of the night city, the city of Junin. And quite next to me is such a clearing, a bicycle, and I'll put up a tent very quickly. It's windy and cold. What's the temperature? 4.4 degrees. The temperature goes down, it's quite cool. We'll set up a tent very quickly and we'll go to sleep. We will think about all this in the morning. I'm very happy today. I'm grateful to myself that I resisted a temptation to rent a hotel, although I was very close and was already thinking that $5 is not such a big price. Of course, the conditions would be awful, but I would charge all the batteries and I would justify it to myself by a warm shower. But no, I would oversleep half a day tomorrow, would leave very slowly, or even worse, will think about another day off. No, I will ride for 2 more days, Thursday and Friday, and then will organize myself a good rest for the weekend. That's it for today. I will set up a tent in a dock by myself and sleep. Bye.